Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Smash the like button. Please subscribe. Today, we're going to be taking a look ahead to the Liverpool game on Saturday evening. Tottenham Hotspur against Liverpool at White Hart Lane. Now, for me, this is a bigger test. You'll see it written right here. This, for me, Liverpool are a tougher test than the Arsenal game. I'm going to explain why. We're going to have a look at some of the team news and we're going to give a prediction. And when I say we, I'm going to give a prediction and then I'm going to ask all of you lot to give a prediction as well. Now, these are interesting times for both Tottenham and for Liverpool. Let's start with Liverpool. I'm going to tell you why I think these are interesting times at Liverpool. Liverpool were brilliant. They built this team under Klopp. They were never going to remove Man City off the throne permanently, but they did for a little bit. They won the league title. They were the only team in 5 years that could break that monopoly. So the only team in 6 years that could break that monopoly. Okay, so they've won the Premier League title when no one else has been able to take it away from Man City. They also won the Champions League, the FA Cup, the League Cup, all of this good stuff. And they built a great team that all around Europe was feared. Everyone knows the midfield three: Thiago, Henderson, Fabinho, with Mane, Salah, Firmino. Then we knew the back four: Robertson, Alexander-Arnold, Matip, and Van Dijk, with Alisson in goal. Now, in the last year, they've had a bit of a tough time. Last season, they didn't have their best season at all, and everyone was writing them off. Can Klopp rebuild a team? Can Klopp rebuild a team? Liverpool finished. His tactics don't work anymore. This midfield is dead. And for a lot of last season, you might have said some of that was true. But you know me, I don't like knee-jerk. Fans that say that can't see beyond one season. Now, for me, Liverpool were always going to rebuild. And they have rebuilt. And even before they rebuilt, at the back end of last season, Liverpool didn't lose a league game for like 12 league games or something. So for the last kind of third of the season, they didn't lose a game. Now this season, they've not lost a game. And I believe that it's something like 18 games in all competitions that Liverpool have not lost, or 19 games in all competitions, including their Europa League win midweek last week. Now, what have they done? Liverpool, why do I think they're a tougher test than Arsenal? Liverpool have firepower. Liverpool, whether we like them or not, have firepower. When you look at Arsenal, they're talking about, oh, well, Saka's out, Martinelli's out. What are we going to do? You look at Liverpool, Mo Salah, one of the best players in the league, Gakpo, Diaz, Nunez, yeah? Jota, 5 forwards. Now add Szoboszlai, a goal-scoring midfielder, into that. McAllister chips in with goals. Alexander-Arnold chips in with goals. They have firepower. And they're all different scenarios. Of course, only 3 of those 5 forwards play at once. But you've got the goal-scoring and the guile of Mo Salah, who's been doing it year in, year out in the Premier League. Year in, year out, that man's been doing it across Europe. You then look at the unorthodox nature of Darwin Núñez, the power, the pace, the running in behind. The reason I say he's unorthodox, I don't ever really know what he's going to do, and his teammates probably don't either, which has pros, it has cons. But for me, when he's on the pitch, I think it gives defenders something to think about. He'll run the channels, he'll run through the middle, he'll drop deep, he'll get in the box. This guy is a pain. Then you've got the pace and the trickery, where Diaz is different to all the others. That pace, that trickery down that left-hand side. Then you've got the 2 pain in the backsides, Jota and Gakpo. Don't really know a set position for them. Are they false nines? Are they playmakers? Are they strikers? I don't know. They float around. You see them dropping deep. You see them getting into the box. They like to pop shots away from the edge of the box. So they have got a lot of firepower in there. And if we look at the Premier League table, Liverpool have scored the same amount of goals as Spurs. So we've got, not saying we don't, we'll come to Spurs in a minute. But what Liverpool have done this season is quite miraculous considering everyone had written them off. They're second in the table. They've not lost a game yet. And the last 4 games, they've gone 1-0 down and ended up winning 3-1. So that is amazing. They've gone 1-0 down 4 games in a row and ended up winning 3-1. It shows you that 1, they can be got at the back and that they start slowly, but 2, that they have got bounce back ability and goals galore in their team. I'm going to look at Liverpool this season. 16 points, 15 goals scored and 5 conceded. For me, that is what makes them tougher than Arsenal. It's the forward players that make them tougher. Now, can Spurs get at them at the back? I think we can. The flip side to all of that positive for Liverpool. I'm not a Liverpool fan. I'm just going to give them the credit where it's due. I hate fans that are biased. You know me by now, people. Liverpool at the back, though, especially in the last 3 or 4 games where you've seen them, teams go at them. West Ham should have scored more goals against them. Wolves should have scored more goals against them. And that Wolves game, if anything, showed that if you come out on fire, running at their fullbacks, that they can be got at. Time and time again, Wolves got at them down the fullback channels. And I think we can do that with whether it's Brennan Johnson, Kulu, Solomon's son. We can get at them. But we've got to start quicker because the last 3 or 4 games, we've started quite slowly, then grown into games. So it's going to be interesting. You've got 2 teams here that are notoriously better in second halves. And Liverpool haven't conceded a second half goal all season. So this is going to be interesting because Spurs are much better in second halves of games. So this is going to be really, really interesting matchup. Now, when you look at the midfields, we know our midfield is strong, but their midfield is ticking along nicely. Now, for me, they've only got 2 of their 3 sorted as definites, which is McAllister, who's probably your more mainstay midfield. Szoboszlai, who's more your creative, get forward, try and score goals. And if anyone saw his goal last night, it was fantastic. Then you've got Jones, Elliott, Gravenberch, Endo, all kind of circling in that position. But they are powerful in there. So this, for me, is going to be a really good game of football, a great Saturday night game. And I'll come to my prediction in a minute. Because I said, many of us Spurs fans said it, if we can get through the Arsenal-Liverpool game unbeaten, it will really show what we're made of. We would have then played from the top 5, Man United, Liverpool, and Arsenal, and not lost. So that would be fantastic. Then after that, you've got Luton Town, Fulham and Palace. 3 games on paper, you would say we would win. On paper, you would say we would win. So we've got a real chance to do something here. Now, when we look at the team news, the question marks against Spurs, well, we know that Lo Celso is out injured. We know that Hill is not fit enough yet to start. We know that Bentancur's not ready to play games. Son and Maddison, what we're hearing is that they should both be fit. Maddison has said he thinks he will be fit and he's been in full training. So hopefully both of those 2 start. Brennan Johnson, I don't know. I haven't seen anything on that. But I'm not as worried about him as I am about Sarah Maddison and Son. Now, when we look at Liverpool, their big concern is right back Trent Alexander-Arnold, but he is back in full training. They said he wasn't ready for the Leicester game, but he is back in full training. So will probably play on Saturday night against Tottenham, which I think is a good thing because he can be got at, but it's a bad thing because he's very good going forward. As far as prediction goes, let me know your predictions. Let me know how good you think Liverpool are. Can Liverpool win a title? Will they definitely get top 4? Are they going to finish second? What do they need to win a title? Predictions. I think this game is going to be 3-2 to Tottenham, if not 2-2. I'm going to go with 3-2 because I'm more and more encouraged each week. 3-2 to Tottenham. I think there's goals in it. I wouldn't be surprised if it ended 2-2, but I think it will be 3-2 to Spurs with the home advantage. But Liverpool are a top team. This is the toughest test for me all season. So let me know your thoughts. Put your comments in. Please like, please subscribe, and please keep voting for me for best new content creator. Much love. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. As always, come on, you Spurs.